Welcome into another live edition of Tap and Eagle. Thank you for tapping in to Tap and Eagle on this Tuesday night. And this is how much we love you all who watch. I'm in a hotel bathroom in Tampa, and Fernando's in his car. So this is how dedicated we are. We're out here in different places, not in our home studios, and we're bringing you the show.
Yeah, we always have time to talk about golf, and there's no time like today to talk about the tournaments that we have coming up since golf usually starts on Thursday. So let's keep it going.
Some good news today for LIV fans out there. Alex Partners helping the league with a new business plan for investors. We know the PIF won't be funding the league anymore, but LIV is looking to continue, Fernando, and we know that we both love this.
Yes, long live, live, long live, live, long live, live. Man, it's so polarizing. Like this story just keeps like putting people like on the reasoning pedestal. Everybody thinks they're like morally superior for some reason when they talk about this. But we people who actually like golf instead of somebody else, we're focused on the game of golf here, and we think that live is good for the game. So hopefully they can keep it going.
LIV is good for the game, and everybody is richer because of LIV as well. I will say that every week because it's true. We only state facts on this show. And other good news revolving LIV's biggest player right now, Jon Rahm, paid his fines, and now him and the DP World Tour have reached an agreement. The report is he'll play 5 events this year, probably some of the ones coming up here that are in Spain, Germany, and those things in Europe, so that he can be on that team for the Ryder Cup next year, Fernando.
Yeah, I mean we knew the European team was going to be a heavy favorite coming into other manner for the Ryder Cup next year in Ireland. And now with the confirmation that Ram is still playing, I mean, top three player in the world. I think that advantage is just keep getting bigger. Yeah.
Needed to pay his fines, and in order to qualify for the team, needed to be on the DP World Tour. Figured it out. Now Jon Rahm probably going to be on that team, and we don't have to get there yet, but Europe probably wins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's a safe bet, I guess.
Yeah, but you know who is probably a safe bet to win every week now on the PGA Tour is Cam Young. He won the Cadillac Championship at Trump National Doral by 6 shots. Fernando, he made golf look easy this weekend.
Wow, what a player, man! You nailed it. You picked him to win,
I
man. That
did.
it was an amazing week for you, man.
Definitely was. I love just the way he plays. A very calm demeanor guy. And nothing seems too big for him now after he picked up that win last year in the Wyndham. He's he's won now 3 times in the last 14 starts. So I think we'll see
Wow.
Cam finally break through as well. Almost broke through at the Masters, but that PGA and US Open's coming up too. I wouldn't be surprised for him to come out and win one of those.
I mean, we talked about Scotty's form and Matt Fitzpatrick's form, but Cam Young is up there with the favorites for next week, and he made it look easy. Like you said, like this was supposed to be a signature event or whatever, and it was supposed to be a tough course, and he just pummeled the field this week. And man, well, simple is always the hardest thing to do, and he makes it look very simple.
And you know who's always in second place? We know by now. It's Scotty Scheffler, second place finish for the third tournament in a row. Finished second at the Masters, second at the RBC Heritage, now second at the Cadillac Championship. This is what Scotty Scheffler does now.
Man, he's just pushing. He's like Ram on Live. He's always up there at the podium. I'm a bit sad they don't have a podium at the on the PGA Tour because Scotty would be there every week.
Crazy performance from him. And he won't be at Quail Hollow this weekend for the Truist, where he won the PGA last year. So he's gearing up for the PGA Championship. He's trying to actually win a golf tournament like he did at the Amex earlier this year instead of finish second.
Yeah, it's like Jack Nicklaus. If you look at his major accomplishments, he won 18 times, but he finished second like 25 times. So that's what the great ones do.
That's Scotty for you. And someone else with Scott in their name, Adam Scott, finished T4. This was the best finish besides Cam Young. He shot 76 in the first round, hit the wrong ball, and had a penalty in the first round. Bounced back to finish T4, and he was one of my picks too. I put him in the top 10, and he won me a lot of money this weekend, Fernando.
Yeah, man, he looked finished after that lost ball, but that's why he's there. Even after all these years, he's not just a pretty swing, not just a strong man. He's very strong mentally, and this week he proved it again.
And how about this too? With that finish, he now qualified for the U.S. Open, which will be his 100th consecutive major. There's no one more consistent in golf right now than Adam Scott.
Wow, what an incredible stat! I saw that DJ was also awarded an invite for the PGA, and he also has been playing all the majors for the past 18 years, and that's longevity and consistency, and they just look as strong as ever.
Can't count him out to not win one either when they're still playing like that among all the young guns we have in the league. I know you love some Siwoo Kim. We saw him for a sixth top 10 finish this weekend, Fernando. He's always on the leaderboard, just never wins. And with how much he plays, that's the most top 10 finishes on the PGA Tour this year.
Yeah, I bet he's happy he didn't join the Korean team on Live now. He's been playing so good. He's a flusher. I mean, nobody can hit a driver off the deck like Siwoo Kim.
And he's so fun to listen to. They had him mic'd up for the Players Championship. He's a funny guy, and him and Scotty have a good rapport as well. So he's one of those funny guys out on tour. I love to see the human side of that.
Yeah, if we ever get to interview him, we should do him dirty with some jokes.
For sure. And how about a first event on the PGA Tour finish? T9 for Alex Fitzpatrick. We really saw his short game on display, Fernando. And when he won the Zurich Classic with his brother, sure, his older brother Matt made the shot to win it, but he was playing better than his brother most of that tournament, and he showed it this last week.
Yeah, man, amazing. This just proves how good the DP World Tour actually is. And he's right there with the best players in the world. And so happy to have two siblings now on the top of the golf world with the Hoygaard and the Fitzpatricks.
And I'm sure they'll be on that European Ryder Cup team we talked about as well. But again, we're not going to go too into that right now. I don't want to think about that. That's a year away. How about, hey, let's flash it back to 2012. Ricky Fowler out here with back-to-back top 15 finishes, and I might be picking him later, but we'll get to that later. But what do we think about Ricky? I mean, he's out there with the full-on orange fit like he used to when we were both kids and loved him, Fernando. I just loved Ricky out there playing well.
Yeah, he's got that swagger back, and he's always been a stylish player and a very cool demeanor, a very likable guy. So I think golf is better with him on top.
For sure. How about over on the LPGA? You talked about Cam Young with a dominant performance. Nelly Korda keeps dominating on that tour as well. Set the tournament record at the Mayakoba 17 under par. She won the Chevron Classic last week by 5 shots. Wins the Mayakoba by 4 shots this week.
Yeah, incredible performance yet again by Nelly, number one player in the world. I was listening to her talk about Lorena Ochoa and how she's trying to like mimic the way Lorena carried herself in and out of the golf course. And I mean, these players, especially the top players in the world, they have so many like media commitments and like sponsor commitments. and yet they still managed to like win by 4 shots. That's crazy.
It's also her 18th win on the LPGA, and she's only 27, which is that's crazy. I mean, how many more wins are we going to see from Nelly on the LPGA? Crazy stuff. And this year as well, she's like Scotty. She has 3 wins now, and the rest of her finishes either T2 or second.
Yeah, we love to see it. I mean, some people might get bored that the same person always wins, but I think it's just we just have to be in awe of them and admire their consistency.
It's like Tiger. You can't not hate it. And Nelly's number one golfer in the world, and she's proving it right now. Let's go overseas. Michael Lindbergh gets his first DP World Tour win in Turkey, and he also gets a spot in the PGA Championship as one of the winners on the Asian swing of the DP World Tour. He talked about how it was just a rough time out there for him this weekend. He had the lead after the first round, and the second and third, he was 2 or 3 shots back, and then just was able to close it out in the final round.
Yeah, I mean, some people say drive for show and putt for though, but statistically, that could not be more false, man. Especially this week, Michael Lindbergh was the number one driver of the ball in terms of strokes gain of the tee, which combines both fairways hit and distance. And man, this guy has like 189 miles per hour ball speed, and yet and he hits every fairway, and that's what wins you tournaments right now in pro golfing. Even if some people might not want to hear it, but right now it's all about the game of the tee.
Came off the tee, talked about, yeah, driving, that short game. That's what Nelly does great. That's what Cam Young's doing great. That's what Michael Lindbergh did great. That's where golf's going right now. Let's jump ahead to what we have going this weekend. Another signature event, back-to-back weeks on the PGA Tour. Rory McIlroy. People are saying, let's call this the Rory McIlroy Open instead, because he's won at Quail Hollow 4 times, which makes him the easy favorite at plus 500. Then you have Cam Young at plus 900 and Xander Schauffele, who wasn't in the field last week, back in the field this week, and he is a third favorite at plus 1,000. How do we feel about these three, Fernando?
Yeah, obviously Rory is the automatic pick here in Quail Hollow. That's where he got his first win on the PGA Tour in 2010, and I think he's just having fun now. I saw a video of him today hitting like a long iron. Like he was aiming like 100 yards to the left and just hit a big slicing fade there and to almost made it for an albatross. And man, what a player he is. Obviously, Cam and Sander are right there with him, but we all know that if Rory plays well, he's gonna beat everybody.
Another pick you had last week who finished in the top 5 after a great final round was Sepp Straka. He comes in this week looking to defend his title. What have you seen from how Straka's played these last couple weeks coming into this one?
Yeah, another great pick by us on this show. Hopefully, people got noted that and put some money on him. And very happy for the Austrian fellow. I saw that he travels around with like 2 cases of Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi. I'm not sure, like
Yeah.
one of those two. But he's always like having it. He's like, I'm not gonna risk it if they don't have it at the hotel.
Whatever gets it done. People have their superstitions for Sepp Straka. It's Diet Coke or Diet Pepsi. We'll have to debate him one time whether he likes Coke or Pepsi more if he ever comes on the show, Fernando.
Yeah, I think it was Pepsi. Now that I think about it.
Okay, yeah, I'll have some things to say because I like Coke better, but that's for a different time. That's for a different time.
Well, maybe
So
that's what it takes for you, man.
yeah. Somebody we won't see and who was really playing well through all these injuries since he left the Players Championship was Colin Morikawa. He finished top 10 at the Masters, top 10 at the RPC Heritage, but now that injury is catching up to him, that back injury, and he has now withdrawn for this weekend at the Truist. And like we also mentioned before, Scotty won't be there either.
Yeah, I think now it looks harder to get your schedule together with all these signature events and the majors and the players. And my opinion, there's too many signature events. They should like cut them in half. But yeah, I mean, Colin. Hopefully, he's healthy for the PGA. But he has proven that he can win even without his body 100%. Scotty, I think he's trying to maybe get a few more practice rounds are Munich for the PGA.
That is a lot of signature events. You had three since the Masters ended, and with these reduced fields and all that. And I also saw today too. Johnson Wagner was saying that, and this is this is how we met. We met at a practice round for the Open. For these signature events, they're not having the first 2 days, the Mondays and Tuesdays, open to the public to come in to these practice rounds. And you saw this last weekend at Doral. There was barely any fans there. It was very open course, not a whole lot of fans until that last day, or really like around Scotty Scheffler's group. So I think if you make some of these schedule changes, maybe less signature events, more of a bigger cut, maybe switch them around the schedule. It will be better, not just for the golfers where we don't have 5 of the top 10 players in the world not playing in an event because there's so many of these signature events, but something that the fans win too. Because when I heard that, I was like, that's crazy. Because a lot of people want to come to the practice rounds because you get closer to the players, you can interact with the players, more autographs, things like that.
Yeah, it looks like there's like three leagues now, or like like live, and then on the PGA tours there's like the signature events, and there's like the normal PGA tour, which the normal PGA tour is playing at Myrtle Beach this week. But I mean, I don't know, like about the fans. As I heard that the Miami doesn't usually have like great support for these type of events, so
No,
maybe it
that's
was
all.
more
That's
about
also
the
just Miami too. Yeah,
yeah, maybe it was just the location this time.
yeah. Yeah, I remember when I went to Miami to the Heat playoff game in the NBA. It's a playoff game in the third quarter. The people are just coming in the third quarter, so that just tells you everything you know about Miami
That's
fans.
Miami for you,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's Miami for you right there. And you talked about the other PGA Tour being in Myrtle Beach this week. Of course, Brooks Koepka is there because he can't play in the signature events this year after coming over from LIV. He is the big favorite this weekend, along with Davis Thompson, who I saw set the John Deere Classic tournament scoring record a couple years back. That was his last one on the PGA Tour. And then our guy, a rookie on the PGA Tour, or from the DP World Tour, Marco Penge, also one of the top favorites this week. How do we see these three playing out?
Yeah, I saw that Brooks was like the second alternate on the last signature event, and I think this time he was like, "No, I'm not waiting on on the by the pool to see if I get in. I'll just go to the other event."
Yeah, I'll just go win this tournament. I'll just go and then I'll win the PGA next week because that's what Brooks does. He wins PGA championships.
Yeah, I think he just wanted to get some competitive rounds in since he didn't play last week. So yeah, all the best for him. Davis was one of my picks this week. He's been playing well, very solid tee to green. And Marco, I saw that he made some adjustments with his coach last week, so he's looking dialed in.
There we go. Double the golf for you on the PGA Tour this weekend. Let's go over to Liv, who hasn't played since Mexico City. They're playing Trump's course in DC. Jon Rahm, just like he is every week, the betting favorite at plus 250. Bryson DeChambeau back after withdrawing from the Mexico City tournament with a wrist injury, and Terrell Hatton, who's playing probably the best golf right now after that top 10 Masters finish on Live. Those are your three favorites for this weekend, and all three of those picks make sense.
Yeah, John just can't get tired of winning, and obviously he's in a some type of contractual dilemma now with live and everything, but he said that he's not gonna go in very much into that, not gonna dwell in the details since that's not his job. His job is to play well, and he just keeps playing well. So why not bet on him again? Bryson is, I think, this week. I mean, you never know with Bryson; he might win this week. But and Tyrrell, man, what an amazing player! We thought he was gonna be tired from the Masters, and yet he was so again close to winning on Mexico.
We'll get to our picks there right after we go back to the DP World Tour. They are in Spain this weekend for the Cataluna Championship. And just like Jon Rahm's a favorite on Live every week, my guy Angel Ayora is the favorite along with Jaden Shaper. And the Spaniard himself, Eugenio Chacarra, is another one of those favorites. Are we picking Spaniards this weekend to win in Spain, Fernando, or how do we see this playing out over there?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always amazed by the amount of good athletes that Spain produces each and every year. I mean, so many different sports. Like such a small country, it's hard to understand. And so I wouldn't be surprised to have a local winner here.
Let's get right into your picks. You like Marcus Armitage, Guido Migliozzi, who was in it last week in that top 10, and Sean Norris, who's a sneaky pick. He's been up on that leaderboard as well the last couple tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, you've been paying attention, and that's why we pick the winners here.
Yep.
And Marcus Armitage, I met him when we were at the Open on 2016. He's got a solid game, and for me, he has a very charming voice. He's like that presenter from the Open that says like on the tee, Tiger Woods. It's like high pitched, very
Or
soft
please.
hearted. So yeah, so I think he's gonna get his win soon, and obviously Guido, we've been expecting great things from him, and I think he's finally getting into his groove again. And like you said, Sean Norris lost in a playoff against Shaper recently. I think he lost another playoff recently. So yeah, I think these are good picks.
It's a tradition unlike any other for me. I'm picking on Haliora just like I have every week this year on the DP World Tour. Finally gets it done in the home country. I'm also going with another Spaniard as well, Chikara, and I also have Sean Norris up there as well. He's been that sneaky golfer these last couple of weeks, just hanging around, and he's almost won twice.
Yeah, I think he's got that broomstick putter going. So yeah, Sean Norris for the win this week.
For the win. That is what we do here. We pick winners. So let's try to pick some winners for Live this weekend. You're going with the easy one, but then you got two good ones after that. You got Jon Rahm, Josele Ballester, who played well in Mexico City, and Matthew Wolff, who also played well in Mexico City. And he started out hot when he was on the PGA Tour. He won in like his first three starts, and he came in as one of the hottest college golfers. We just really haven't seen him put it together on Live yet, but maybe he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, at the beginning, I was not very happy with the changes they wanted to make with the rollback of the golf ball, and now I'm getting to understand it. Like Nick Faldo said it best, even if he hates Live, he's right. Like he was like saying that the golf used to be more about technique, and now with the technology, it's so easy to hit it good because these clubs are so forgiving, and so the guys that hit it farthest have a bigger advantage because they don't even have to hit it on the center of the club anymore, and I mean, you just look at the stats. Jose Ballester, he almost won last week in Mexico. His average drive was like 375 yards. I mean,
Crazy.
it doesn't get any easier than that. And Matthew Wolf was up there with the driving distance in round two. So obviously, great picks for this week, especially since Ballester is like so young. But I mean, why not pick Wolfie? I think he's only 26 years old. He was the biggest upcoming star on the PGA.
Yeah.
Died off a little bit, but he's still there. He still got it.
These are all big hitters, and Matthew Wolf's swing is pretty cool too. One of the unique swings out there of anybody that I've seen, probably since like Jim Furyk, as far as unique swings. So, but I'm agreeing with you on the Josele Ballester pick. He has been playing really well. I'm going to put another Spaniard up there, David Puig. He played well in Mexico City, finishing on that podium as well. And Terrell Hatton, I think he's playing the best golf of all the live golfers right now, just how he's been playing in the majors. Everyone's saying, live golfers have been playing well in the majors. Well, Terrell Hatton has so far this year. So those are my three picks this weekend. We will see what happens, Fernando.
Vamos.
Vamos, that is right. How about let's go to the PGA Tour, make our picks for both tournaments. You like Davis Thompson in Myrtle Beach Classic, Tom Kim, Scotty Scheffler's best friend, and another DP World Tour, former DP World Tour member, rookie on the PGA Tour, John Perry.
Yeah, I mean we talked about Davis and Tom Kim. I've been watching him on TGL, and I mean he's been playing really good there. I don't know. It should translate over to the course at some point. We all know he was a phenom. A few years ago, he won like twice, like as an 18-year-old. He likes like Tom the Train, and although his real name I think is Joy Kyung Kim, and yeah, he's very charismatic. And John Perry, man, I still feel bad about calling him a journeyman at the beginning of the season because he's been playing lights out. He's been making every cut, and I'm one of his biggest fans right now.
My picks, I think Brooks Koepka is going to go out there and be like, why am I here? And just tear this course up and win by a million shots and then go and win the PGA Championship. That's my hot take for this episode. But I also like Marco Penge. He's been hanging up there, especially in that Florida swing. He had a bunch of top 10 finishes. Caught Brandon Wheeler's eye, one of our good friends who's been on the show as well. And then Hao Tung Lee, how he played the first three rounds at the Masters. I think he's in good form. He didn't finish well there, but I think, he's back on the PGA Tour now after winning a couple times on the DP World Tour. I think we can maybe see him win out here.
Yeah, Hao Tong Lee, that's my boy. Man, it was a bit sad to watch him crumble at the last round at the Masters, but he's he has proven that he can win a major. So I mean, at least he can win the Myrtle Beach Open.
Yep. None of the big hitters there to be in his way. Hao Tung Lee for the win. Let's go. Let's go over to the Truist. And this is the easy pick with Rory. He's won there 4 times at Quail Hollow. But then you have some of the young guns in the game as well on your picks. So Dusharn Yalamaraju, who learned golf by watching YouTube in Canada. He watched Tiger Woods and Phil Mickelson on YouTube. That's how he learned to play the game of golf. And he's been up there on leaderboards too, especially in that Florida swing at the Players and at the Arnold Palmer. And then Aldrich Pocketer, who won last year in Detroit, and he really hasn't been able to put it together this year yet, but he's another great young player out there on tour this year. What do you see from these two young guns out here?
Yeah, Sudarshan has been a revelation. I have never heard about him before this season, and now he's playing the signature events. I love the fact that he's a lefty. Has a very interesting swing. I mean, all lefty swings look weird, but even I think if you would mirror his swing, I think it would still look strange. But I mean, it worked for him, and I love that he has like Indian descent, like Sahiti Gala, and so a little bit of flavor on the in the PGA Tour is not it's never bad. And obviously Aldrich, I thought he was going to be the best player in the world by now, but he's got a tough couple of tournaments this year. But last week he finally turned it around, so that's why I'm picking him. He has all the talent in the world.
Aldrich's still super young too. He wasn't he the youngest winner on the PGA Tour in a while last year when he won. He's like what 21?
Yeah, I think he's
Yeah,
like 21.
yeah, crazy. So still a lot of good golf left out of Aldrich. Potgieter, that's another great name to say as well. I love that. Yellow Miraju and Potgieter. There we go. I'm also going with Rory, and we talked about Ricky Fowler. He's the reason why I dress up on the golf course because Ricky just got the swag and he's playing well. Back to back top 15 finishes as we talked about earlier in the show. And I'm also going to throw Xander Schauffele out there. He's a lot of top 10 finishes as well this year. He's great in these big signature events and also in major golf. He's one of the more consistent players out there. Already won 2 majors, a gold medalist, very calm, cool, collected, and seems like a fun guy too. Just you could chill with him at a cigar lounge and have a nice stogie.
Yeah, exactly. He looks very chill. He says he never watches a video of his swing because he doesn't want to get caught up in like the visual side of the swing. It's more about just mechanics, like function. If it works, it works. Doesn't have to look pretty, even though his swing is very pretty anyway. And talking about topping eagles, I had one today on number
Hey,
4 here in Querétaro in Civata. It was like a long par five, like over 600 yards. And I almost made it. I almost made an albatross, man. It was just a tapping eagle, man. And I had just birdied the previous par three, which is like 270 yards. So it was amazing, man.
I love that for you. Tapping Eagles on Tapping Eagle. We love talking about it. We thank you all for tapping in on this Tuesday night. Like I said, Fernando's in his car somewhere in Mexico. He doesn't want to say where he's at, but that's dedication. I'm in Tampa in my hotel room's bathroom because there's great lighting in here. The mirror lights up on my face, so I look good. So I thought this was a good spot to do it. And I'll also have to say, I'm down here with one of our favorite guests on the show, Brandon Wheeler, and we hope to have some great content for you here on the channel, some swing demos, and we'll do the whole Bryson DeChambeau YouTube golf thing while we're down here the next couple of days, and hopefully have some good content for you, for all our fans out there. We're going more than just going with our weekly episodes. We're putting some more golf content out here on the channel for everybody. So we thank you for tuning in, and we are dedicated. We're both away from our studios and doing this and bringing you this every week.
Awesome. Yeah, just for the record, I'm here in the mall. I'm going back to watch the Michael Jackson film.
Thoughts? Was it good?
I know I'm just gonna go watch it now. I don't know. I hope
Oh,
so.
okay. All right. Well, for now, he's going to go enjoy his movie. If you enjoyed this live edition of Tap and Eagle, we're live here every week on Tuesday. We'll have our PGA Championship preview episode next week. We'll have Andrew Shepard, who was on in a previous episode. He is a spotter on TV for the PGA Championship. He'll be live at Aronimink. And we'll also have one of Fernando's great friends, Gabby Lopez's brother. Fernando, just talk a little bit about his brother before we sign off tonight.
Yeah, I played with him in a tournament in Cabo, and we've been like bumping into each other a few times now. And yeah, he's a very cool guy. Obviously, an amazing player. We all know Gabi Lopez is one of the best players in the world, and but his brother is not far off. Like he will tell us next week.
We look forward to a 2-guest episode next week. Big episode. Make sure you tune in. We'll have that time for you. We'll post it up in our community for all those who are subscribed. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button for weekly episodes and all the great golf content we're putting out here. You get that bell and you know exactly when we're going live and when you can replay and watch these episodes as well. We thank you all for tuning in. Have a great week, everybody, watching all the tours this weekend.
Yeah, have fun, everybody. Have a good week. Thank you.
Peace out.